Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? Scroll with me down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. We'll see bulls and bears and fantasy. Every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll with me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a charting crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23.
Trust the vibe, ignore the spreadsheet.
If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Scroll with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Jim, I don't know. It always gets me going. Welcome. It is Friday, baby. It is Friday, March 6th. That means that we are one day closer to the Ides of March. For those of you who are here for this running joke, congratulations for being here. But for those of you who aren't, my name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me. This is where we scroll crypto Twitter together. Now, I say crypto Twitter lightly because not only have I, infected my timeline with AI, but I will say the For You page on mobile, I mean, God, absolute dumpster fire. Horrible, unscrollable. And I'm a mobile maxi, and I can barely use it. It's light mode. It's showing me weird shit. I mean, it's bad. But alas, that's why we're here. We're here because I'm scrolling for you. I'm scrolling for all of us. Someone has to do it, So got a few dozen people in the chat already. Appreciate you sticking through the intro song. I ran a little bit of calculus. I was like, do I do one of those 5-minute countdowns? It's like stream starts in 5 minutes. I think personally that's annoying as fuck. So I figure if we let some people come into the stream, play a little music, dance around a little bit, Hey, trying to get my hands in the frame here. My Italian hands is like, hey, but I need to, hey, shrink it down a little bit. But if you're a longtime G-Scroller or first-time G-Scroller, say what's up in the chat, say GM. But without further ado, let's get into scrolling the Twitter timeline. Let's try to discern the true from the false, separate the wheat from the chaff. Other analogy, insert here. Okay, we got John Wang. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of John Wang around, so I appreciate him seeing on the timeline, So we got John Wang. Got a few extra invites for the Kalshi conference at the end of this month, prioritizing market makers, traders, and institutions. DM me. That sounds kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Okay, first off, look at this popcorn bucket. Incredible. Not CT, but amazing. All right, look at this here. Look at this here. You've got Labubu Sanrio. This will either restart Labubu or it's jumping the shark. There's no in between. That's all I have to say about this matter. Also, Fugler. I'm just saying, I called Fugler many months ago, said it's going to be the next Labubu, and I have intel from the street. Mrs. Doodlifts was at Target. She was in the toy section. Teenagers. They ran to the Fugler section. They were scoping around. They said, no. They said they had these in stock. Where are they? Oh my gosh. Pay attention, Anon. Pay attention, Anon. Pay attention, Anon. Not only are Fuglers up next, but the entire Fuglers online community lives on a crypto app. There. It's called Fug.club. It's entirely on chain. You got NFTs, you got chat. And I'm just saying, they have social accounts, then they don't have a forum. They don't have their own community. It all exists on a crypto app. This is our chance. We couldn't capitalize on Labubu. We can make it happen with Fugler. Fug.club. There is no ref code. I love you. All right, let's see here. Aster, what's up, Aster? The next generation of traders won't have a bedtime. Aster is now agent ready. 2 integration paths, 1 API. Interesting. I mean, that's actually kind of cool. Aster MCP. I'm sure Hyperliquid has something similar. The U.S. economy unexpectedly loses 92,000 jobs in February, below expectations of a 58,000 gain. Thanks, Claude. Yeah, no, Joe. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's just adorable. That's adorable. All right, we got Brian Johnson says, air filtration at home is an easy health win. In my house and office, each room has an air filter and monitor. I try to maintain pristine air quality 24/7. All right. I don't disagree with this. I keep quite an ecosystem going at my house. The only problem is when you start to care about too many things, right? So I got these humidifiers, right? Because I'm out in the desert. I'm out in the Sonoran Desert. Need to keep the humidity levels up, right? And I'm like, okay, that's great. And then I have an air purifier on the other side of the room. They don't like each other, right? Because the air purifier has a particulate sensor, right? It's like a little laser, a little camera, whatever it is. And you know what air humidifiers mistake as particulate matter? Water droplets in the air. If the humidity is too high, it freaks the fuck out. It goes into crazy mode. It's like, purify, do it. And so it's too smart for its own good. And so, alas, had to move the air purifier into the office and the humidifiers stay everywhere else. So it's like I can't have my cake and eat it too. I try. But I got my sensor here. We on the air quality game. What do we got here? 32% humidity. See, lower than I would like. I want to be around 45, 55. That's where I want to be. Don't want to be 65 though. We're not trying to get any mold. But it's all right. Temp's good. Humidity's high. So alas, we make sacrifices. And now you've learned a little bit something today, hopefully, for the few of you who are watching the chat. Let me know what your air humidity is at in the chat. What percent humidity you rocking? All right. Yeah, I saw this graph. I guess it's from Anthropic. It's the expected AI kind of takeover and then the observed AI takeover of jobs. I'll show it in case you haven't seen it yet. So you have like management, business, finance, computers, architecture, engineering, social sciences, legal, healthcare practitioners. The absolute fucking irony. Yeah, so we got Curtis in the chat saying G scroll to you, good sir. It just says whole house humidifier. Yes, I've seen those with the little vents. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, the little like super cool. Don't get me wrong. A couple of little caveats to that. One, yeah, I imagine when you do whole house anything in like forced air, central air is the same. It's like you have to spend Ubermensch money to like get it dialed in room by room. Like it's just the room is different. This side of the house has the sun on it. This side, then there's different parts of the envelope that aren't insulated, and humidity is the same way, right? It's like there's different reasons humidity. So doing that on a whole home basis, I imagine is fairly tough. and it doesn't solve the fucking purifier issue. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Now I haven't taken like Claude Opus 4.6 at it. I only took GPT a few months ago, so maybe I'll take another run at it. But so if anybody knows a solution, let me know. But there's something there, but I forgot. But yes, whole home humidifiers are pretty rad. I think they're pretty cool. Oh, the other thing is, we do a little bit of crunchy around here. Our humidifiers are fully stainless steel. So I'm like, introduced, and it's like, and then we get the hard water out here in Arizona, and the calcium on the plastic components. It's like, okay, now I'm diving one level deeper. I wasn't going to dive this deep. But we have a stainless steel water distiller to distill the water for the stainless steel humidifiers. So we have vertically controlled the whole stack here. So if someone else is making a whole humidifier with that same level of intentionality, then I'm willing to hear it. But now you know. Now you've peered inside the mind. Kuya says hard water to struggle. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Living out in the desert is a battle for your life. Everything you do. Don't let them fuck around and tell you like, oh, it's a dry heat. It's like, no. Ikia says, for you, it's a contradiction because you live in AZ. The AC is by nature a dehumidifier, so you're battling yourself in the summer. Yes, I am. Always. That's it. And that's what living in the desert is. It's part of the social contract. We're not supposed to be here. This is the bottom line. The water's too hard. The air is too dry. The hot is too hot. We're not supposed to be here. Phoenix, Arizona is a monument to man's hubris. And it's okay. But alas. So back to this chart here. The irony that some of the more high-paying jobs are the ones going to be disrupted. There's just a great irony in that. And I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying it. That's what I keep saying. I've been saying because I have been. Trades, crafts, and this is not new. It's not an original thought, but I've just been more interested in like seeking out craft and like artisan stuff, which I know is kind of like a long tail of like hipster movement, but I think there's something there. And so, so shout out to all the trades, dude. They're going to be all right. They are going to be all right. Oh, look at this. We got Adam says, my tech peers see this and are freaking out. I see this and say, chef, backup plan looking real good right about now. Yeah. My man can sling a pizza like nobody else. All right, here we go. Your OpenClaw /agent can now control drones via Mavlink on Dimensional. These words are not in the Bible. Yeah, that's all. Wait, dude, what AC added again? Anthropic reports installation and repair, construction, and agriculture remain unaffected by AI. Okay, this is interesting. There is, I don't know, I sense that there is a less and less appetite from the general population to do like installation DIY stuff. And so funny enough, like I feel like TaskRabbit and other things like that could definitely be of the modern age. Predicting with most technical people will wear one of these on a daily basis for 2 years. Yeah, to use Whisperflow, 100%. So I've been saying, that's what I'm saying. The engineers, they're not typing, they're talking. They either have a desk mounted thing with a little push button, a little like old school Bob Barker mic, or one of these on their thing. And it's like, yo, push that to the repo. All right, we've got Yoo-Hoo from Cato here. It says software is becoming commoditized. Distribution is getting harder. And that's why exactly distribution matters more than ever. We believe the future of distribution will be shaped by two networks, the social network built on people and trust, and the machine network. Yeah, I want to dive into this, the Cato Studio thing. I'm trying to approach it with an optimistic lens, but I saw, Whale Swoosh talking some S on it this morning. I just need to dive into it. I just don't know how it's differentiated because maybe they're just kind of leveraging their existing brand as opposed to something like Palooz, like Cabal.io, which feels like it solves a similar problem, but they're just leveraging their existing brand. GM to my fellow maintainers of grounds. Fuck. Dude, when I was working at a golf course back in the day as operations, cleaning clubs, filling up coolers. Damn, should have stuck around. All right, we've got Nader Davitt here saying, I've been using computer use to impersonate myself, and that's what that looks like. Oh my god. Oh, this is Kuya saying the 10 million trading to require to earn 1K is wild. Yeah, assuming that is exactly as it represents itself to be. Yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. But I do also wonder, I do think that required platform use is not a bad thing, just in general, if you're going to promote a platform. Now, that being said, myself, I've promoted a platform or two that I haven't used. Now, wait before you judge. The only times that I've really done that is like if I followed a founder for a long time and I'm just either one, maybe their app isn't even out yet, or I just kind of like everything they do is awesome and I just want to support them and just by retweeting or whatever. I don't think in these terms of like, I need to introduce this to my audience. Like, no, I'm just like, oh, I just want to show some love to maybe a founder who I know that they've done great shit. And so like, yes, have I spent like massive time on the app or maybe the app's not even released? No. And I'm not fucking making money on it. So who gives a shit? But I think in general for these kind of maybe whatever you want to call them KOL influencer deals, especially if they're, I don't want to say like permissionless, but like to trustless parties. Yeah, there probably should be some aligned incentive there or like some familiarity with the platform. I don't know. Maybe that's not so hot take. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see what Tyler says here. Okay, so he says, Cato just announced its Cato Studio. The platform aims to connect with brands with creators via an application process with in-house performance attribution. Theoric has already opened an ambassador program looking for 2 posts per month minimum for $1,500. Now, okay, here's where it gets weird. Sorry to tease you with that little one, but we operate in this space that's so much like building in public, right? And this, I'm straw manning a different argument. I'm not even married to this, but I'm like, it feels like maybe this is like too transparent. Like, okay, so we know that Theoric has these 2 $1,500 ambassador positions. So whoever starts posting about Theoric clearly got the position. They'll have to use paid partnership tags and like, I feel like the only people caring about this are the people who would apply. It's the same thing that people are kind of talking about, like how kind of content has become this like pyramid scheme of like people creating content about creating content. You know what I mean? I'm like, I guess this is exposure for Theoric or whatever. I don't know. Like, it just feels kind of like circular, whatever. It's almost like the like the closed door deals is kind of part of the allure. Maybe I don't know, not undisclosed shills, but I think about like Web 2, like maybe this stuff does occur. Maybe I don't know. I'm not that deep in the Web 2 creator space, but I don't know. It's like we should be talking about whatever Theoric is doing, right? Like that would be the ideal scenario. I don't know. All right, so we've got Spencer here says this is the crown jewel of my Pokemon collection. It's only PSA 4, but I took it to school in my lunchbox every day, ungraded, and a penny sleeve for years. Personal provenance. Okay, that's pretty cool. What a tale. What a tale. That's funny. Why am I getting a $500,000 refund? All right, let's read. We haven't seen a Beanie tweet in a while. Let's see what Beanie's up to. It says crypto isn't a serious industry. In what other business do you make money and your customers or just random observers demand to know how you spend it? This wasn't a raise of any sort, just an art sale. If you bought it to make a profit, then it's on you. Enjoy the vibes. Yeah, I mean, it's something I'll say like it's not this black and white. What Beanie is saying like is true in a way. Like I was having a discussion about this with someone the other day, and it's like this does occur kind of maybe sometimes in a Web 2, except it's just really like abstracted in the sense like that information probably would be accessible to an interested party, maybe in a shareholders report, in a quarterly earnings call, it may even be in like a case study done by a team that's separate that gets presented to like a weird, like niche group of like live events specialists. Like, oh, here's the breakdown, a case study that comes out like 2 years after the thing. Like that information may be available at some point, but it also isn't shared for the intent purpose of like disclosure, if that makes sense. Which is kind of what he's saying. So yeah, very weird setup. Yeah, unprecedented times we find ourselves in, you know? Let's see here. Take a walk into Cosmic Kebabs. Marvel. Oh, see, this is the kind of shit I'm like, I do like Disney stuff, but why is this on my For You page? I don't know. Really weird. It's time to dox who runs this account. Dude, honestly, adorable. Solstice Ambassador Portal is live for those interested. I got rotated out from the first group, so not currently an ambassador. All right. Thanks, Josh. Let's give a little refresh here. We've been streaming for quite some time. All right. Palantir is stocking up offices with nicotine pouch vending machines, replacing kombucha on tap as the latest Silicon Valley trend. I was joking with my brother, and I sent him a text message because I was in Japan, and in where was it? I think it was like call it kind of Harajuku a little bit or something like that. I can't remember exactly where, but there's a Palantir office building, and they have a cafe down on the floor. And I don't know, there's something about it. It was just really funny, like a publicly open cafe / like co-working space. It was like, yo, dog, meet me at the Palantir cafe, bruh. There's something just like kind of mildly dystopian about it, which is really funny. So funny. Off-white hoodies are now available at Costco. Yeah. Maybe there's some like social commentary going on there. Or maybe, I don't know, I've seen Off-white at a bunch of like boutiques, and I'm like, I just think without Virgil, it feels like it's lost its way a bit. So either this is a joke, or this is like, we're down Baticus. You know what I mean? Wait. Oh, this is wild. This is really cool. From the Kitty Punch team, introducing the Blot Bot, a new Telegram native trading bot designed for fast and easy training of NATO HQ pupes. Burps. You could trade perps from Telegram. That's crazy. Dude, I saw this. I'm going to like this. I saw this on Instagram, and it had like 10 likes, but Instagram knew to give it to me, which I was like, is mildly terrifying. Fried pickles now available at the Tesla Diner in Los Angeles. Damn, fried pickles are delicious. These fried pickles, though, I don't know, seems a little with Dilly Ranch. Fuck, that actually sounds delicious. I was about to talk shit because it seems like a thick breading with a little bit too much cornmeal, you know, if you asked me. Not that you did. But Dill Ranch. Oh, this shit's out? Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. Oh, shit. Look at this. Fucking Dinosaurs on Netflix, directed by Steven Spielberg, executive producer, never mind, and narrated by Morgan Freeman. Should I give it a shot? All right, let's try here. Should we do like a back-to-back comparison? Do it.
Her snout is wired with sense.
And then we'll watch it to see how it goes. Now, Morgan Freeman's aged a little bit, so I feel like I'm like trying to do like prime Morgan Freeman. I may fuck up. All right. Pardon me. Her snout is wide. That can wait. Try this again. Now all she needs to do is keep completely still. The blood in the water is drawing the shark. No, I fucking this out. Not my best. But we'll still listen to Morgan Freeman. Let's see how good he's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it.
Her snout is wired with sensors that can detect the slightest movement.
It's Morgan Freeman has aged. You can tell it in his voice. He's not prime Morgan Freeman anymore. He's not like Bruce Almighty Morgan Freeman, you know? So, you know, shout out to my dog. Let's see here. Holland Ong says, when are the skateboard decks dropping? Can you even see the skateboard deck in my background? No. Okay. Interesting. But dude, those are vintage, bro. Oh, it's probably from the post I made the other day. But yeah, the skateboards are vintage. That's the Pharrell collab, my guy. Ice cream, baby. All right, let's see here. X now adds a get Starlink button if you tweet about Starlink. Hilarious. Trying to make an ad product that isn't an ad. Sorry, Nikita. Clip of the day. The burnt peanut gives financial advice. All right, we got 1 minute on the clock here. Let's give a little refresh. Find some final tweets to redeem myself from my poor Morgan Freeman impression. Hollins has missed out. I'm sure you could find one. Try to find some collectors, maybe who bought a couple extra. Maybe look on eBay, StockX, stuff like that. Let's see. Andrew Forte says a lot of creators are getting increased engagement on paid promotion posts. Luckily, the promotion label is friendly to everyone reading it. There's also no post of shame for putting out sponsored content anymore. Friends want to support friends with paid partnerships. I generally agree that's true. I will say, like, I intuitively knew how much kind of sponsor posting was occurring because I've, worked with a KOL agency or two in my day. But to actually just see it like bam, 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 it's like, oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I could digress, but we'll save that for another day. We'll maybe mull that over, that thought, for the weekend. But for now, is 9 a.m. You know what that means. You know that I'm going to post some shit pretty soon because I've been vibe coding something that's super fun, and I'm going to tweet about it really soon because I think it's awesome. So please go check it out. And it's just fun. There's no money. It's just fun. But until next time on Monday, I hope you have an incredible weekend. I'm going to the Renaissance Fair, so I will report back and with all my tales of trials and tribulations. But until then, see you in the timeline.